Sherlock The Abominable Bride. This is my first full time watching it. I did when I was first watching the show, last year around like October-ish. I finished the show and then I was gonna watch this, and then something came up that day and I didn't finish it. And then I just haven't gone back to it, even though I own it and everything. Almost a year later, I finally watched it, and it's pretty good. I like it. I like seeing these versions of Sherlock and John in the 1800s, where Sherlock is usually like based, like the Robert Downey Jr. ones are, the books are, the Enola Holmes movies are, or at least older. And I like seeing these characters back then. I think the story with this dead bride who keeps coming back and taking out people was pretty cool. And it did have some moments that were like kind of like horror, like jump scares and like creepy elements and stuff. I like that. What I didn't like as much, and what holds it back from being like some of the best Sherlock, is that it didn't know what to be, where for the first good chunk of it, it stayed back in the 1800s. And then around an hour or so, it flashed to present day Sherlock right after season 3, where he's on the plane and then he comes back. It goes to that, and it's like Sherlock was making this up in his head, trying to find out how Moriarty is alive. And then, after that, it just kind of like blossoms into this whole thing where, it just keeps cutting back. He's dreaming, he's not, blah, blah, blah. Doing like a mini story between season 3 and 4, which to some extent I like, but at the same time, this was a holiday special. I think it would have been so much better if it just stuck with it being a story in the 1800s, having these two versions in the 1800s, instead of having it be a dream. But I mean, it's still good, and the scene at the waterfall, which mimics Sherlock and Moriarty's like last thing, was really cool.